morning, everyone. I wanted to come in today and just do a quick recap as well as show you guys a couple of resources that we use when trading um, that can really help us on our trading day. Just one moment. I need to grab my little Bluetooth speaker. Nice, relaxing music in the background. Right now, I am on Japanese music and I love it. This is Spotify sleepy Japanese jazz. So you may catch a couple of the tunes in the background. Not sure how loud it's recording at the moment. Okay, so just to kind of go over some things when you get it and what you're I'm looking at books. I'm so I need to update my library. All right. So when you get ready to start trading for the day, first thing you want to do is check the news. I have a folder that just kind of has a lot of different things in there, but Forex Factory will help you get a direction on the news for the day. Okay. So, depending on the pair that you trade, you'll see the news for that day, yen, euro. So, I usually trade USD yen, gold, oil, um, pound yen, CAD yen. So, my pair has already had news, and you can see it's Friday, January the 5th, Friday. CAD and USD is going to have a lot of news this morning at 8:30. Right now, it is about 7:41. So I may not start trading today until after the news comes out, like around 9. But then USD has more news at 10. So I may just stick with my yen pairs for today because their news has already come out. It was a yellow folder as opposed to a red folder. If you want to know the details of what this news is, so let's see. At 8:30, USD has the average hourly earnings. And if I click this, it lets me know that this information is going to come from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, all right? And that it measures the change in the price businesses pay for labor. Okay, this does not include the farming industry. So, your banking industry, your retail industry, every industry except for farming. All right. And actual is greater than forecast is good. So, the last time this came out was December the 8th, and the actual was 0.4%, which was greater than 0.3%. So that is good. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So again, the forecast was 0.3. When the report came out, we were actually at 0.4. So that was excellent. That's green. November the 3rd, however, the forecast was 0.3% and it came out 0.2%, which would have caused our USD to go down to sell. And you can check your USD strength. I'm currently in this trade, so that's why that is there. I'm in a sell. If you want to check the strength of the dollar, you're going to look up the Dixie. I call it the Dixie. It's the DXY. All right. And I'm on the 30 minutes. So definitely want to go like to the day. And as you can see right now, the dollar is doing pretty well as far as this long sell that was happening. It's trying to get back, on top of things there. But it's in an overall downtrend. So not good for the dollar. Not good at all. If we put a trend line on our dollar, we can see that he's actually broke. Oh, well, he may not. I'm not going to do that. I can visually see, plus my MAs are letting me know that it was a sell. He's just now getting on top of the MA. So we'll see what happens there. All right, back to our news. Okay, so this is released monthly, usually on the first Friday after the month ends, which is Friday, January the 5th, which would be our first Friday after the month, which was December, ended. Okay. And the next release is February the 2nd. All right. Now, here's a little note. Sometimes they don't give a little note, sometimes they do. But this is the earliest data release to labor inflation. All right. And the formula changed back in 2010. Now, why do traders care? Why do we care about the the average hourly earnings? And we understand that what people are making hourly, what is not minimum wage, but just the average that people are making, okay? It's a leading indicator of consumer inflation. When businesses pay more for labor per hour, the higher costs are usually passed on to the consumer. Okay, so if Walmart goes up on how much they pay their employees, then the price of the goods are going to go up. Okay, because this is economics. Don't forget, we are trading currencies, and this is economics. Now, if you want to get a little deeper into the average hourly earnings, they do have some articles for you. This is the USD yen forecast, US job report. All right, but we don't want to see that. Also coming out today is the non-farm employment change. And when we click on this, also coming from the Bureau of Labor. Okay. And this measures the change in the number of employed people during the previous month. And this doesn't include anyone in the farming industry, anyone that works on a farm. So everyone else, this is just an indication of how many people we have working, how many people actively are employed in the United States. So the last time this came out was December the 8th. Well, first off, let's read the effects. So actual greater than the forecast is good for the currency. December the 8th, they forecasted 184K. Actual was 199. So that was excellent for the dollar. Whereas in November, the forecast was 178K. The actual was 150, which caused a dip in our US dollar strength. Now, this is vital economic data released shortly after the month ends. The combination of importance and earliness makes for a hefty market impact, which is why this folder is red. This can sink a dollar or it can, float the dollar. And this is why traders care. Job creation is an important leading indicator of consumer spending, which accounts for a majority of the overall economic activity. Okay. This is also called NFP, non-farm payrolls and employment change. So if you're listening to the news and they say, hey, the NFP came out today, this is what they're talking about. Everybody that does not work on a farm, the employment status as far as how many people are employed. Now, as you can see, this all goes together here. The unemployment rate. Okay. This also comes out at 8:30. So I may have to close this NZD USD because there is a lot of news on the way. And you just don't want, I'm on the daily, and you just don't want to be, caught up in these reports coming out and everything. And my stop loss is my level here. So as you guys can see, it has kind of turned around there. It made a U-turn. But I feel as if it's still gonna, make it to my next level. This is TP, this is stop loss, just to give you guys a visual of what I have going on. So on the unemployment rate, this is the percentage of the total workforce that is unemployed, okay? And actively seeking employment. So not people who are maybe out of work because they are medically disinclined and they cannot look for work. These are people that are out of work, but they're looking for work. Okay. They're unemployed, but they're searching. And the actual less than forecast is good. So this is different than the other one, okay? With the other one, we wanted the actual to be more than. With this, we want it to be less than the forecast. So back on December the 8th, the forecast was 3.9% of the total United States population was unemployed. In actuality, it was 3.7% of the total American population that was unemployed, which was good. That's great. Good news. It was lower unemployment than forecasted. Whereas on November the 3rd, the projection, the forecast was 3.8, actual 3.9. So a little higher than what they assumed. Not good. Okay, not good. Now, why do traders care? Although it's generally viewed as a lagging indicator, and we understand lag means drag, the number of unemployed people is an important signal of overall economic health because consumer spending is highly correlated with labor market conditions. Okay. Consumer spending. No one can spend money if they're not making money. You have to have a job of some sort in order to purchase things in our market. Unemployment is also a major consideration for those steering the country's monetary policy. Okay. And another name for the unemployment rate is the jobless rate. Okay. So, very important stuff coming out today. Again, this is Forex Factory. Um, you can look further, like into next week. And this gives you an idea of what pair to trade. Now, I'm going to let you guys know Euro and USD have news weekly. I mean, we're very important, you know? So USD is going to have news a lot. If you don't want your trades affected or having to like rearrange your trading style because of news, pick a pair that's not in the news all the time, okay? Um, I want to say CAD, but CAD, of course, everyone is going to have news, okay? Like it's a country, they're moving things, they have to have news. But try to pick a pair that doesn't have as much news as the USD and Euro. Okay. Pound has some news, but no one has as much news as the USD. Okay. So that is one resource that we use when we're trading. Another resource that we use is the currency strength meter. And I use livecharts.co.uk. And what you're doing here is you're trying to see who's up and who's down. So I'm trading NZD USD, and right now the USD has more strength than the NZD. And we can see that we're kind of on a small buy. It's very minute, but still, it's not selling as hard as it can. Let's look at a pair that are kind of opposite. USD Aussie. So let's go and find, or USD Swiss. All right, let's go to USD Swiss. Let's do that. I like Oanda. All right. So with that information, with knowing that the USD is up and Swiss is down, we're definitely expecting, for this to be a bullish pair right now. And it is showing such. Now, the thing with the currency strength meter, to be honest, you have to kind of keep refreshing it because things change. We have news coming in for different pairs that we just seen. I closed it, goodness. So we have news for different pairs that are coming in, and that will change the strength because the news is coming out for that pair. Another thing that I like to go to is I go to like CNBC markets. And it depends on what I'm looking into. If I'm looking into, say, oil, then I would find oil. One moment. They're not showing oil. That's gas, blah blah, corn. silver, copper, wheat. Oh, there we go. So if I wanted to get like just some overall news on oil, I would just, go here, click on it. They also have a chart for you. They just go a little more into detail, and you also get like news here. So Chevron CEO, you can build a case for oil prices to go in any direction. Okay. And also, you have to be careful with these market movers because they will have you looking left, okay, when you need to be looking right. So careful on who you're getting your info from. But a lot of people like to just, get some fundamentals behind their technical analysis, just kind of see what is going on with their pair, just to have a holistic view, of their pair. So that's one way that you can do that. Another way, of course, is just going to Yahoo Finance. And Yahoo Finance have been around for forever. And it's just another great way to get fundamental data on what you are trading if you wanted to like just read some backdrop. Okay. So US energy outlook, American oil production at a record high. So if I'm getting into oil today and I know that it's at a record high, I should be expecting a sell because once, a high is made in the market, it has to pull back. And US oil at the moment is making his way to this level. But overall, as we can see, he's kind of been down. He made that high in the market. He made a lower high, could not break this lower high, and made a lower low. And he is kind of stuck here. So not a good trading position for me, because he's going sideways. As you can see, like he's is no longer up and he's no longer down. He's kind of stuck here. Give some context. All right. Oil is kind of stuck here. Get those wicks. All right. So right now he's not going up. He's not going down. He's going sideways. So I can't trade. I don't have direction. We don't know who's in control. The bears to push down or the bulls to push him up. So we leave him alone. Okay. But I just wanted to come in and just do a really quick video, just showing you guys some other tools that can be used when you are getting into the market and some things that you want to take into consideration. And the main thing, like I stated, that you want to take into consideration is if there's news, some people could care less. They see a volatile stick and they still trade the same. It doesn't change the way they trade. Whereas others who have kind of been caught in the manipulation or the volatile situations of news, they tend to know, to get out of there and kind of just wait for things to blow over or to just choose a different pair for today, which is what I'm doing. If I do in USD, I mean, we have news all the way to 130, you guys. So last one, and we're going to just read this. FOMC member Barkin speaks. I remember when Trump used to speak, you guys. He moved the market. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Because I don't want to get into no political debates, but that guy moved the market. All right. And this, he's due to speak at the Maryland Bankers Association in Annapolis. Okay. This is coming from the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond. Okay. And he is the president of our Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond, Mr. Thomas Barkin. Now, more hawkish than expected is good for money. All right. And why do we care? Because Federal Reserve FOMC members vote on where to set the nation's key interest rates. And their public engagements are often used to drop subtle clues regarding future monetary policies. Okay. And if you didn't know what the FOMC stands for, it's the Federal Open Market Committee. So he is a member, he's the president of the Federal Reserve Bank, and he's going to be speaking today. We'll see what he's speaking about. But we do know that they pretty much set the nation's interest rates, how much it costs to borrow money, interest, okay? And whenever these people speak, they just drop clues in letting us know about the future monetary policies. Are our interest rates going up or are our interest rates going down? And this all affects the dollar. And the dollar is just, he's intertwined with so many pairs, every pair that has USD. Gold is affected by the dollar. Silver is affected by the dollar. Oil is affected by the dollar. So whenever we have someone from the Bank of America, I'm sorry, not Bank of America, from our Treasury department speak, it's a big deal. Okay, it's a big deal. We even have PMI coming out today. Okay, we even have PMI, and this is from the Institute for Supply Management. Okay, this measures the level of a diffusion index based on surveyed purchasing managers, but not the manufacturing industry. All right. And that's what I want you guys to do. When I do a video, do your homework. Get on these sites, get on your charts, compare what's being told to you, do your research, finish reading up on the ISM services PMI because there's more than one PMI. But learn what am I conveying to you. And I don't want to say on your own, but on your own. So I want you guys to go in, read the rest of the ISM services PMI, why we care, and click on this and read it and just understand why we come to Forex Factory for the news. You don't sit here and study it, but if this is new to you, just get it fresh in your mind, put a favorite, star it, put this as your to-do list before you jump in a trade. And if you are comfortable with understanding the strength meter, go to your strength meter because the strength of pairs change. And it can help just confirm certain things. And that's another thing. Read what it confirms. Okay. And that'll be all for today, you guys. Have a safe, happy trading day, week, and year. And I will see you guys next time. Okay.